This is the reckoning. 2024.
Ladies and gentlemen, y'all know it's Lex Super Tool, baby. If y'all listening to this, I hope you feeling great, amazing, and incredible. Cause 2024 was a hell of a year, baby. It's prom time. As we bring this year to a close, this eventful year indeed, the baby oil, legendary Katt Williams interview actually set the tone off for everything that happened this year. Y'all can't tell me that Katt Williams interview was not prophetic.
This is the age of truth.
Coincidentally, it started off right at the beginning of the year. So why not? Let's get into it from there. Now let's keep this a beat. Off rip, Katt Williams set the tone off for everything that happened this year. That legendary Club Shay Shay interview is almost at 90 million views. You know it's going to hit 100 million in a few months. And without a doubt, it's the biggest interview of the year that came out at the top of the year. I'll say top 3 interviews, period. And definitely the biggest interview of the decade that we had so far. This lit up the comedy world, which bounced into the rap world, which layered off into the entertainment world.
Because P. Diddy be wanting the body. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did.
Definitely a timestamp moment in culture. When the comedians stop laughing, what is really funny anymore? Steve Harvey,
Uber KB,
Earthquake.
Why Earthquake not in movies? Cause he's illiterate.
Cedric the Entertainer, Ricky Smiley.
All of these dudes are co-entwined and they share secrets, and this is the age of truth, and the truth doesn't need to be scared.
This interview is actually the reason why people go on Club Shay Shay all the time. After that, people went on there to respond to Katt Williams. Every single person that is somebody, they want to go on Club Shay Shay, and that's because of Katt Williams. All of the lowbrow comedians, they had to step their game up after that. A shockwave was sent through the world after this.
And it's a man unit.
And it eventually worked its way into other crevices of entertainment. So much so that Megan Thee Stallion felt the need to go at Nicki Minaj on her single Hiss. Megan was definitely hissing on that record. Nicki Minaj was not feeling it though. Megan, she dissed a few bloggers, a few rappers, but those bars, these hoes don't be mad at Megan. These hoes mad at Megan's Law. That was a sub aimed at Nicki Minaj and her husband Kenneth Petty. When the Barbs got hold of that, Nicki went on Instagram Live and she pieced together this song called Bigfoot.
Hey yo. Like 6 foot. I call it Bigfoot. The bitch fell off. I said, get up on your good foot.
And America, Nicki was wildin'. That got the audience ready for competition. And it was really the ladies. The ladies started the year off wildin'. Ice Spice and Lotto, they was wildin'. And in the midst of all of this, we got some unfortunate news that the brother of rapper Yo Gotti, Big Jook, was slain after he left the funeral for a family member.
Police sources have confirmed with Fox 13 that the person killed is Anthony Mims, also known as Big Jook. Now, Big Jook is the brother of rapper Yo Gotti. Now, we were at that scene earlier tonight.
That slaying was thought to be a part of what happened to Young Dolph and the ongoing shadow war, the beef between Yo Gotti and Young Dolph.
Assistant DA Paul Hagerman says Yo Gotti's late brother Big Jook put out a $100,000 hit for whoever killed Young Dolph, then met with the 2 suspects before the shooting.
Vince McMahon got brought up on some sexual allegations for some things that happened while he was CEO of the WWE.
This is the reckoning. 2024.
Now, February, y'all know February is Grammy month, the Super Bowl. Jay-Z, Beyonce, Blue Ivy Carter, they attended the 66th annual Grammy Awards, and Mr. Carter had some actionable items to get off his chest. The legendary MC pretty much said that the Grammy Awards need to get it right.
Harris, this young lady, but she has more Grammys than everyone and never won Album of the Year. So even by your own metrics, that doesn't work. Think about that. The most Grammys, never won album of the year. That doesn't work.
And give wifey one of them prestigious awards that they know she deserves. He had his Kanye West moment, but it wasn't as controversial. We could see for some reason people like sticking up for Beyonce.
But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. One of the best videos of all time.
We can't forget Risa Tisa taking the internet by storm in her Who the F Did I Marry series. She amassed dang near 1 billion views in her 52-part series, where she spoke about her tumultuous situation with some dude named Legion. This was one of those random, unorthodox situations that got sensationalized online. And Usher also performed at the Super Bowl. He performed his medley of hits, and he did "You Will Always Be My Boo, My Boo, My Ooh, My Ooh, My Ooh." Yeah, he did that with Alicia Keys. That was a controversial performance. Now, Swiss Beats, big shout out to Swiss. Swiss Beats, he took a mature approach. He was like, oh man, Usher and Alicia Keys, they did My Boo thousands of times years ago. So I'm sure he just had to respect it. But Usher delivered a fantastic performance. Alicia Keys did her thing. This Rock Nation really been wildin'. Keep it a bean. That Jay-Z Grammy speech, that set the tone as well for Rock Nation and what they got going on. Because Jay was making a lot of power moves this year. Media icon Wendy Williams, for a few years now, everybody was wondering, yo, where's Wendy? How is Wendy Williams? What's going on? Is she okay? How's she doing? And a few reports came out saying that Wendy was having some health complications. Then the Where is Wendy Williams documentary dropped. That was extremely touching. It raised some awareness for what Wendy has going on. Wells Fargo, some people handling her business, her family. It gave you some insight on that. I hope she's doing well, because Wendy is a legend. All right, so make sure y'all taking care of Wendy over there, and hopefully we can hear from her soon. Now, Kanye West and Ty Dolla $ign, they dropped the Vultures 1 album, and this album had Carnival on there. #1 song, independent, very dope project. And remember, Ye also debuted the Yeezy, the new products, at the Super Bowl. Remember, he said he paid $7 million for an ad, and he ended up doing 4, 5, 6 times the amount of money he invested. So that was iconic right there. And the album started the Vultures trilogy. His outings with Bianca Censori also became crazy as well. We seen Kanye West popping out like Kanye Voorhees with the Jason mask on. Ye was wildin' this year, and where's Ye at, y'all? Ye been pretty quiet. Anybody heard from Ye? We hope Ye's doing all right. Big shout out to Ye. That's the icon, the legend right there, right? Now, last year, Drake and J. Cole dropped this record called First Person Shooter. It was only a matter of time. Kendrick Lamar, when he heard For All the Dogs and that First Person Shooter, they brought him in that back room. They said, look, Kendrick, this is what we need you to do. That record, y'all know like that? Let's get to that for the record. Oh, you don't like that record? That Future, Metro Boomin, they dropped an album called We Don't Trust You. Some would say that's a Drake sneak diss album. This album right here launched the industry coup on Drake. Now look, when I heard that verse, I knew that was the start of the industry coup against Drake. Young Metro and young Pluto is in on that? That ass? Yeah, like I was like, yeah, something else is going on here. That was the precursor to the legendary Drake and Kendrick Lamar feud. Cause remember, Like That was a hidden feature. On the Like That record, J. Cole got some bars. Drake definitely got some bars. Kendrick Lamar said, F the big three. It's just big me. The end of the big three was right there. We was anticipating that for like 12 years. That Kendrick Lamar, Drake, and J. Cole triple threat battle. The Like That record set off a chain reaction of events, but Metro and Future dropped the second album the week later, with The Weeknd throwing more shots at Drake. Like, yo, Future and Metro, they was really the ones that started this off. And around that time, Kanye hopped on Big Boy's Neighborhood the week before and spoke about Drake and Lucian Grange when he was talking about that Lucian pack.
It's as big as our Bad Bunny. They not gonna set that man Bad Bunny up to make $1 billion. They're gonna give him the same pack that they gave Drake, that Lucian pack, whatever it is. Everybody that does music.
Remember that for later, because that's gonna be very important. Ryan Garcia also went on his infamous tirade about Bohemian Grove as he prepared for his fight against Devin Haney, which, when they further investigated that, when he won that fight, he did test positive for some PEDs, allegedly. He went on that a little racist rant, and I was like, yo, Ryan, you wildin'. Like, yo, Ryan, why you wildin'? The Quiet on Set documentary, remember that? That dropped, and that exposed a lot of the filth that was going on at Nickelodeon. This was a major blow to a lot of people's childhood experience, y'all. All that, Drake and Josh, Drake Bell revealed to be the victim of some crazy sexual things with the showrunner over there at Nickelodeon. Drake and Josh, to realize that was a great show. Drake Bell was getting assaulted and harassed while he was there. That's crazy.
This is the age of truth.
When Katt Williams said that it's a lot that's gonna get exposed, he was not joking around.
Because P. Diddy be wanting the body. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no.
Because then Diddy's house also got raided towards the ending of the month. Actually, both of his mansions gets raided by the feds and the Homeland Security, all of that. Then I think this is when people starts noticing, yeah, something is going on with Diddy. Both of your mansions getting raided. And this is also where they said they found some slippery things. They said they found some slippery things and some footage that we haven't seen yet. They said they found some footage when they raided Diddy's mansions, but ain't nobody seeing no footage. Ain't nobody seeing that. The baby oil, we don't know nothing about what happened with that. But regardless, this began dealing blows. After the Cassie lawsuit last November in 2023, when they raided Diddy's mansions, that was a blow to his reputation. Even his kids got cuffed. This began another domino effect. This is going to be substantial here for the rest of the year. March was when Katt Williams' words really began to take that immediate effect and mold around the public narrative. Sam Bankman-Fried also got sentenced. And that's funny because reports said that him and Diddy are also in the same compound. Right? It's pretty wild. Now, April, J. Cole drops his album Might Delete Later. That EP was really great, by the way. 7-Minute Drill was a great record. Like, I was listening to it yesterday, and it served as a response to Kendrick Lamar's Like That verse. J. Cole deleted the song a few days after.
Moving incorrectly, and I pray that God align me back up on my purpose and on my path. You know what I mean? I pray that my nigga really didn't feel no way. And if he did, my nigga, I got my chin out. Take your best shot. I'm gonna take that shit on the chin, boy. Do what you do. You know what I mean? Like, all good. Like, it's love. And I pray that, I pray that y'all are like, forgive a nigga for like the misstep, and then I can get back to my true path, because I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
This was probably the worst thing that he ever did in terms of his career. But down the line, we do think that it could have saved him from some issues. When you look at what's going on with Drake and the UMG right now, y'all don't think J. Cole could have avoided some problems? Around that time, Cassie was also revealed to be working with the feds. Like, people thought Cassie could have been cooperating. Nah, they said yes, Cassie is an informant, all right? Also, O.J. Simpson passed on. Chris Brown dropped his track, Weakest Link. Quavo dropped his track. A lot of people said that Chris Brown took that one. That Weakest Link record was fire, but that it was Kendrick Lamar and Drake and we thought J. Cole, but it was them that started that. They had everybody wilding at the beginning of the year. If you didn't make a diss track this year, then you're a lame. If you dead ass, if you ain't have a moment where you spoke about something that was bothering you for a long time, then you ain't really say nothing. You ain't do shit. Out of nowhere, Drake drops this record called Push Ups. And this served as Drake's response to Like That. Y'all know Drake has some bars for Rick Ross. He has some bars for A$AP Rocky, for The Weeknd. He threw a little jab at Future, but this is when he told Metro, shut your whole ass up and make some drums. I be with some bodyguards like Whitney. When Kendrick Lamar heard that, he started writing some songs. DJ Mustard could have been cooking up some beats, huh? Wink, wink, wink. Right? Around that time, remember DJ Mustard said he sent Kendrick Lamar like 50 beats or like 100 beats? Dun, dun, dun. Well, around that time, Drake also dropped a tailor-made freestyle. I will never forget the morning when that freestyle dropped. You had Drake rapping as AI Tupac and AI Snoop Dogg over a Dr. Dre type beat. That song was definitely a jab at Kendrick Lamar, but now when I look at it in hindsight, it was definitely about Interscope as well. The Dr. Dre beat, a few shots at Aftermath. Now, I don't think Drake was dissing Snoop. I think he was just imitating him.
Yes, you. What the fuck you really got to do?
What the F you really about to do? Like, just was a lot of foreshadowing, like we mentioned.
This is the reckoning. 2024.
May 2024 is one of the biggest months in music history. We just said that DJ Mustard was probably sending Kendrick Lamar some beats. Now Drake, after he dropped that tailor-made freestyle, y'all know Kendrick Lamar was cooking up. He dropped that 616 in LA. He dropped that Euphoria. Family Matters dropped. But even before Family Matters dropped, Drake dropped a Buried Alive parody track. And this was the precursor to Family Matters. Now, Family Matters, that music video, that song, you see Drake at the New Ho King. And remember, that same day, Ross's plane had some problems. Remember, he was saying it was BBL Drizzy.
Fighter jet. I see his nose. It's like Tom Cruise from Top Gun.
That was still crazy right there. Rick Ross' plane almost fell out the sky. Now, a few minutes after Family Matters dropped, Meet the Grahams comes out of nowhere. Now, Meet the Grahams was vicious, but it still contains some things that Kendrick Lamar hasn't addressed till this day, by the way. Anybody seen Drakeisha yet? Drake's daughter? Cause somebody show me Drake's daughter. Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all found Drake's daughter yet. But Meet the Grahams, that was just a unorthodox, vicious song, which really tried to create a moment like Pusha T's story of Adidon. When Meet the Grahams dropped, everybody was like, oh, even if Drake ain't have a daughter, it still was crazy. But then out of absolutely nowhere, dun dun dun, beat bro, and he rapped and tell him breathe, bro. Mocha man, tell him I'm like Steve-O. What's up with? I remember where I was at when I heard Family Matters. I remember exactly where I was when I heard Not Like Us. That's how big those moments were. You watching DJ Academics, can't mention this without Academics because
a fucking den? Bruh! It's like this nigga's in my chat. It's like he's watching my stream. It's like we can't even get a moment to like, yo.
When the chat just start boom, 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 boom. Kendrick dropped. You like, wait, Kendrick just dropped? Then when you hear the dun dun, you already know what it was. And this goes on to be Kendrick Lamar's biggest record to date and one of the most sensational records of all time. That was out of this world. And remember, Diddy, the infamous Diddy video with the hotel, that was absolutely insane. CNN leaked that video. And when that video dropped, I think everybody's jaw dropped with it too. A wild Diddy chasing Cassie Ventura as she's running away out the hotel suite, and Diddy is running in a towel wildin'. That was wacky work. But what's even a bit wackier is when he apologized.
It's inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted.
This is the age of truth, and the truth doesn't need to be scared of the fact that people tell lies.
Now in the comments, y'all let me know, looking back at it, if y'all think that was a sincere apology or not, but that was insane. Rolling Stone dropped one of the most notorious articles of all time. Y'all remember that Rolling Stone article which featured a 6-month investigation on Diddy? That article, I'ma keep it a bean with y'all, I think it was like breadcrumbs for the authorities to get a clear trail on Diddy, because I never seen a hit piece like that. Simultaneously, the presidential campaign begins to heat up, because in a few weeks they announced that Donald Trump and Joe Biden are gonna be debating each other in June. Now when June pops out, and Not Like Us is still tearing up the charts. Also, R.I.P. the rapper Julio Fulio, who was slain before as he celebrated his birthday. That was why right there. R.I.P. to Julio Fulio. Bishop Whitehead also got found guilty of fraud, and he got 7 years in prison. Hunter Biden gets found guilty on some wild charges. Remember that Hunter Biden, that laptop or whatever they found? Not Like Us was like #1 for like 6-7 weeks at that point. And Kendrick Lamar announced that he's partnering with Amazon for the Ken and Friends pop-out show. That was a movie. Dead ass. You had Tyler the Creator, Russell Westbrook, Dr. Dre, Ab-Soul, Schoolboy Q, all of these dudes on stage dancing and Not Like Us. They played that song 6 times, y'all. And the scheduled debate between Joe Biden and Donald Trump drops, and that boy DT went brazy on that boy JB. He flossed on Joe Biden, y'all. Let's keep it a bean. The way Trump went on that stage with Biden, he put in that work on there, y'all.
How did I do with the debate the other night?
Oh, amazing.
Kicked that old broken down pile of crap.
Yeah.
It's a bad guy. He just quit, you know. He's quitting the rest. Is that right? Yep. I got him out of there. And that means we have Kamala. I think she's going to be better. She's so bad.
Some people speculate that debate was the catalyst for some interesting things to take place in a few weeks. All of this is taking place during an election cycle now, and then it begins to heat up even more. Kendrick Lamar drops the cookout track of the century. The music video for Not Like Us, it was a movie again. And as we in the month of July, this is the middle of the summer, and things start heating up. Donald Trump begins crushing his campaign trail, and he finds himself in Butler, Pennsylvania. While he's delivering his speech there, 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks was loading up some bullets on a rooftop while President Trump was delivering his speech. And while the president-elect is speaking to the audience, Mr. Crooks lets off a few rounds that graze Trump mid-speech. And Donald Trump, he made that an iconic moment, right? That was a crazy moment right there. The shooter was taken out, and this brought Trump campaign to a whole nother level. He actually used this to energize his campaign, and Joe Biden also announced that he'd be dropping out of the presidential race and he'd be endorsing Kamala Harris for the November election. Is it because of that debate? Like with that debate when Trump went crazy on Biden, there's also speculation that if Biden would have dropped out sooner, Kamala would have had a better chance at winning the race. So y'all let me know what y'all think about that, because that would be crazy too. Now August was a legendary month personally, because y'all know my family is Jamaican, but you done know it said world boss Vybz Kartel got released from jail the beginning of August, right around the ending of July, the beginning of August.
How you feel, Kartel? Feel good.
Out of that dirty Jamaican jail, man, shout out to Kartel. Y'all know, and he been on social media every day. Kartel cannot put that bomba clock phone down. Kartel cannot put the Digicel phone down, y'all. Like, that's a fact. All right. Also, questions concerning Kamala Harris's racial identity, they also start going crazy too. Yeah, you better thank a union member. And she also picked Tim Walz as her vice presidential pick. And Trump, he used her ambiguous racial identity to his advantage. Drake also released 100 gigs. This is one of the most unorthodox moves Drake did the whole beef. And notice that after that, the Drake is a factory. Drake be having people writing all day in the OVO sweatshop. He doesn't do anything himself. And people don't even say that anymore like that. After the 100 gigs, remember in there, he showed that he did the reference for Yikes for Kanye West. That 100 gigs is, in my opinion, meant to be studied. People not gonna realize how legendary that was. And unfortunately, toward the ending of the month, legendary DJ, performer Fat Man Scoop passed away from some health complications. So big shout out to Fat Man Scoop and his family. Fat Man Scoop's voice is just legendary and iconic, and he will be missed. Big shout outs to Fat Man Scoop. Now September was one of the more surprising months of the year. This month had me like, yo, what the F did I just see? Remember, Katt Williams.
Because P. Diddy be wanting the body. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did.
You gotta tell him no. The domino effect of that, Diddy, while walking around his New York City hotel, Puffy gets indicted by the feds while going to his penthouse suite. The feds indicted the rapper. Remember, they ran through his mansions. The Cassie tape dropped. This is where Katt Williams really showed how prophetic he is.
This is the age of truth.
The 1,000 bottles of baby oil started dripping out to the press, and Diddy's legal troubles began to mount after that. Allegation after allegation. Last November, Cassie dropped that bombshell lawsuit on Diddy, and that's what dominoed into this indictment. And even now, Puffy still can't get bail to this lawsuit. I think Katt Williams' interview was enough to show y'all, yeah, that this is the year of the domino effect. September was the most surprising month of the year because Rich Homie Quan passed. Right, R.I.P. to Rich Homie Quan. He passed away from a drug overdose at the beginning of the month. And right around that time, Young Dolph's case is also getting proceeded through the legal system. And it was revealed that the conspirators were paid and that it was set up by Yo Gotti's brother, Big Jook, who was slain earlier in the year. Eric Adams, also the mayor of New York, gets indicted by the same attorney that prosecuted P. Diddy. This year really showed you how interconnected a lot of things are. Cleo Trap and Ice Spice also got into it online. And she revealed that Ice Spice was being a little munch on tour. And it should show a lot of artists how you treat people matter. How you're perceived matters. I still don't think Ice Spice properly recovered because earlier in the year, her friend exposed her for talking crazy about Nicki Minaj in them text messages. It wasn't only that. And Ice Spice album Y2K not living up to expectations. Y2K was an alright album, I'm not gonna lie, it sounded alright. But the commercial performance of it just showed like, dang, like Ice Spice ain't here for some reason. But Kendrick Lamar also gets announced as the Super Bowl headliner, which sent the entertainment world into a frenzy. Everyone thought Wayne was gonna headline it in his own city, but you could thank Jigga for that. That Kendrick Lamar is really having an incredible year that also sets up a domino effect for next year. You headlining the Super Bowl, and a lot of people is mad at Kendrick Lamar for that too. Donald Trump and Kamala Harris also have their debate. And Kamala Harris, she actually did alright in this debate, right? But it led us right into October with even more tension for the election in November. October opened up with Jaguar Wright going in on Jay-Z and Beyonce and Diddy on Piers Morgan. All of these Diddy rumors, they just started becoming more sensationalized, and you really can't tell anything that's true about that we still don't know what's really going on with a lot of that. But after that Jaguar Wright interview, Piers Morgan, he had to come out and apologize and denounce that interview.
To respond or defend themselves, but now they have. Their lawyers contacted us to say that those claims were totally false and have no basis in fact, and we've therefore complied with the legal request to cut them from the original interview.
You have Mike Jeffries, the former CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch, and he brought I was going to say Abercrombie and Freak, because that dude's he got brought up on trafficking charges.
80-year-old Mike Jeffries, along with his partner and another defendant, might face a life sentence in prison if convicted. 15 witnesses claim Jeffries and his accomplices coerced young men using a casting scheme, promising them career opportunities in exchange for their participation at sex parties held all over the globe.
They spent millions of dollars on a massive infrastructure to support this operation and maintain its secrecy. The defendants pressured the men to consume alcohol, Viagra, and muscle relaxants known as poppers during the sex events. And they required the presence of staff during the sexual activity and ensured that the men did not leave the sex events until Jeffries and Smith decided that the sessions were over.
The cases occurred while Jeffries was the head of Abercrombie from 1992 to 2014.
To be a part of that system. Remember what Katt Williams said?
This is the reckoning. 2024.
And Megan Thee Stallion also released a follow-up to her Megan Act 1 album, and she also admits to lying to Gayle King.
Yes, bitch, I lied to Gayle King, bitch. First of all, I didn't know that bitch was even gonna ask me about that shit. Bitch was always gonna talk about this shooting. Why'd you ask me about fucking Tory? That's not what this is about. Even if I was, I fucked this nigga like once, maybe twice on a drunk night. Bitch kept catching me out of my fucking mind.
Performed at the Kamala Harris rally, so did Glorilla. Beyonce also endorsed Kamala. Cardi B, Sexy Red, Kelly Rowland, J-Lo, Lady Gaga. All of this created some interesting moments. Lil Durk brought in the ending of the year with an indictment. And Durk was indicted for the slaying of Quando Rondo's cousin, Lil Pub. And we know that they was beefing for a few years. This is a very sticky case for Durk. All of these things, they're trying to look through the lyrics, and they also recently slapped him with another charge as well. Now, on the brighter side, Glorilla released her classic debut album, Glorious. This album is the best album of the year, and it's a straight floss. It's a top-tier project from start to finish. People were saying it should have gotten a Grammy, but it came out after the Grammy nomination window was over. I wouldn't be surprised if it wins the Grammy next year, alright? Now, November, this is when we have the presidential election. We got Donald Trump versus Kamala Harris, and DT won in a landslide victory, y'all. That was turning red. The states that was blue was turning red. And of course, you had a few states that was blue, but Trump absolutely demolished the numbers. He won the electoral vote and the popular vote. This election showed a shift in the political world. The Bitcoin price surged, eventually hitting 100,000. Kendrick Lamar, this is his biggest year period. His album GNX contains the #1 song Squabble Up. And while he's also announced to be the headliner of the Super Bowl, he sold 320,000 the first week with GNX. And the first song on there, Whacked Out Murals, created a lot of controversy because Kendrick Lamar mentions Lil Wayne, and he also mentions Snoop Dogg. Drake filed a petition on UMG and Spotify, iHeartMedia, for how they distributed Not Like Us. And Drake, in the petition, it says that was actually an attempt to stifle his career and defame him. December started getting cold outside, huh? Y'all, some very, very cold-hearted things happened in December. Joe Biden officially pardoned his son Hunter Biden for 3 charges that he was found guilty on. He was facing 25 years though, y'all. Could y'all really blame Biden for that? If that was your kid with that wacky laptop, you'd probably pardon him too. 25 years is wacky work. On top of this, Luigi Mangione, 26-year-old tech kid, assassinates United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in New York while he was on his way to a meeting with a bomba-clot silencer, James Bond, Luigi Bond style. This was top the craziest events of the year, and they still going loco for Luigi out there. His trial is scheduled for next year. This situation is one of the most polarizing events that occurred this decade so far though. There's tremendous mixed feelings around this Brian Thompson and Luigi Mangione situation. Mr. Thompson did have some legal situations coming up. Allegedly, he was also using AI to deny people of their health insurance claims. That doesn't justify taking someone out that way, and millions of people are still split with that because they are affected by their health care. It's health care, y'all. Very telling of where the public's mind is with this. Now, Jay-Z gets named in an alleged essay that took place with Diddy by lawyer Tony Busby. A lot of it sounds like BS. Well, one of them accused Jay-Z and Diddy and a celebrity B of some wild things after the 2000 VMAs. A few days ago, the judge overlooking the accusations, they ordered that the lady could remain anonymous. It's this autistic lady that accused Jay-Z and Diddy of this, and she also said that she got some of the crucial details wrong, and the judge is also allowing her to remain anonymous. The lawyer Tony Busby, he also got hit with accusations of client abuse and extortion. Y'all know that's gonna go in the next year as well. A lot of things that we mentioned go right on over into next year. Speaking of next year, TikTok, on January 19th, they gotta figure something out. Because remember, Trump been said that he wanted to get rid of TikTok.
I have a man named TikTok Jack. He was very effective, obviously, because I won youth by 30%. All Republicans lose youth. I don't know why. Maybe it's changing. And last time we were down 30% with youth. This time we're up 35% with youth. And I use TikTok, so I can't really, I can't totally hate it. It was very effective.
Y'all let me know if y'all think TikTok is gonna keep ticking and talking into 2025.
This is the reckoning. 2024.
This year was amazing. By far, one of the most legendary years in media in a long time. We told y'all that this year was going to be a meteor firestorm to bomba-clot, and a lot of the things that happened this year, they're setting the tone for next year. The Diddy trial, Luigi Mangione, Drake and Kendrick Lamar, the Super Bowl, Drake going on tour in Australia. All of these things are going to create new moments that all build off from 2024. If you made it this far, please leave a comment for me and like this video. We put a lot of time into this video right here. This was a lot of hours on this. I wanted to make it incredible for y'all because I love y'all and I appreciate your viewership. And I want to thank y'all so much. This has been a fantastic year. And this year showed me that this is possible, right? This is when the YouTube, a lot of the videos got some great traction, and it's going to keep getting greater and greater. And I appreciate y'all a lot, all right? Y'all are amazing. Y'all know it's like Super Tube. It's Astrosthetics. And have a great 2025, everybody. Yeah.
This is the age of truth.